Playing the Benton Harbor Tigers. Benton Harbor comes into this game with a 2-0 mark, and the Mustangs, after two hard-fought battles, come into this game with an 0-2 mark. I'm Bill Hill, and I'm up here in the booth at McCamley Field, along with Tom Monroe, who's going to keep the stats and give some insight into what's going on down there. Usually the third man in our booth is Bud Inglesby, but he's gone tonight, Tom. He's scouting St. Joe for next week's game.
Yeah, St. Joe, Coach Royer's with him, and Coach Royer and Inglesby have long time been together, and they've gotten out of the football coaching end of it, but that was always their scouting assignment during the year, and they've kept it up, and they'll give a great account to Coach Knight when they come back.
And once you are in the program with Coach Knight, you never get out, do you?
Nope. I coached for a few years back in the 70s, and I'm still hanging on here. I don't know why I'm up here in the booth with you, but no, it's a great program, and it's fun to be involved.
Yep, it sure is. The Tigers come in here with two impressive victories. They put a lot of points on the board. The Mustangs have also put points on the board, but they've also given up a lot of points. So tonight, the big job for the Mustangs is to stop that Tiger speed on the far side there. Right now, I think they're introducing the defense, so let's see if we can catch up with them. Number 72 out there is a nose guard, Chris Jenny. Number 77 is a defensive tackle, Scott Taylor. 67 you see there, third from the end, is Matt McIntosh. The two defensive ends are 86, Ben Babcock, and 83, Travis Rich. The linebackers you see there, 85 and 56, are Cliff Price, 85, Justin Grieger, 56. The cornerbacks are 25, Nick Anderson. It's his first game this year. And number 22, Rob Melsby. The two safeties are number 44, Dan Schofield, and number 88, Ian Lennon. The Tigers from Benton Harbor are going to receive the football on the north end. We got beautiful weather out here. We've got some clouds that are obscuring the sun, which is usually kind of blistery over here. That takes a quarter and a half to really get a good sight of the field. Wreaks a little havoc with the filming, but tonight there's a good cloud cover over there, so we're going to have a good clear. The flag down at the far end of the field is unfurled. It looks to me like the wind is coming out of the west. Pretty good. The flag's not stiff, but it's blowing out, so the wind is coming from across the field as you're looking at your TV screen. Both teams now ready to take the field and get this Big 8 contest underway.
Yeah, the weather is probably as nice as it's been all day. It's been a little windy and chilly, but this is pretty comfortable weather right now for football.
And as I said before, Benton Harbor always has had, and probably does have tonight, a lot of speed. And we have to make sure that we keep those breakaways to a real minimum tonight.
Last year down there, I think it was about 21 and a half, or it was maybe 22-21, and second half we dominated, and Benton Harbor kind of self-destructed.
I think it ended up, 47-32 or something?
Yeah, and that has been their history. But if they don't turn the ball over, and they don't make mistakes, they can be a formidable opponent here.
And they also have a couple of the biggest people we'll see all year playing offensive line. They've got Chris Gordon, number 74. He's 6'4", and he goes 340. And Carlton Mays is 6'2", number 77, and he goes 330 pounds. And they man the tackle spots on their offense, so you want to keep an eye on them. Okay, kicking off, number 25, Nick Anderson. On the ground.
Tough one to handle.
Picked up on about the 12-yard line. He's hemmed in and brought down on the 23-yard line. Coming off the bottom of the pile there, number 34 and number 11. That's Jason Scudder, number 11, and Jared Hoopengarner, number 34. So Benton Harbor takes first possession of the football. Number Number 8 is a quarterback. That's Dondrell Clark. He's a 6'1 senior, 180 pounds. Looks like they have one back. And they're split outside. Tries to go wide. First person there is Babcock. To grab cloth and help bring him down with the rest of the herd. So it's only a gain of about a yard. No, they lost a yard on that. I see 74, the young man I mentioned, Gordon. He's in there at left tackle.
Yeah, there was no secret about that. They want to get outside with that speed, Bill, and we got more people there than they had to block.
All right, now they've got 2 men in the backfield. Warren Meeks, number 2, and 34 is Antonio Dawkins. And it goes to Meeks, the second person through. And 44 and 85, Price and Schofield light them up at the line of scrimmage, or maybe behind the line of scrimmage. Yes, that's
a little bit more loss, another loss.
Yeah, they're going to keep it right about the same, but it's going to make it 3rd down and 12. So far, the line of scrimmage has been all Mustangs. So they might be doing something, Coach. They might be playing on an inside shoulder or a gap, running some stunts in there. They're playing 5 down linemen, 3 linebackers. Now they're dropping one off, and it's just one middle linebacker. Price drops back. They're heading in. And Meeks just gets up to the 20.
Melsby tripped him up.
Melsby tripped him up, but that was after
Scotty Taylor.
That was after Greiger, 56, came across the line of scrimmage and forced the quarterback to get rid of the ball sooner than he wanted to. There was a loss on that play of 2 yards, or a yard they give him. So it'll be 4th down and 13. So the Mustangs hold at the beginning here, and now will receive the ball around midfield. Low snap, gets it off, going to go out of bounds.
Oh, it's got a nice bounce.
Nice bounce on it.
That ball stay in bounds.
Down to the Mustang 42-yard line. So the Mustangs take over in their own territory. And as we look out here, we see, let's give you some numbers. Of course, Ryan Cubitt is number 12, the quarterback there. You see number 22 is offense and defense, Rob Melsby. Plays a wide receiver down here at the bottom of your screen. Top of the screen is number 88, Ian Lennon, the other wide out. You got Winkle and Anderson in the backfield. And there's a flag thrown. Cubitt and Anderson. A little miscue there at the line of scrimmage. Holding on the Mustangs. So first play from scrimmage is a penalty against our Mustangs. And we'll see what Ben Harbor wants to do, since there was a very minimal gain on the play. That's the first time Cubitt and Anderson have handed off this year, so it's not surprising on a veer there might be a little bit of a glitch. They're going to have them walk it off. It'll still be 1st down. The ball will be put down on the 34-yard line. That'll make it 1st and 20. 1st and 19. They gained a yard on that play. Over the ball, center, number 67, Matt McIntosh. Ball in and out of Lennon's hands at the 40-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 19. Interior lineman, we've got 71, Brooks Monroe. I've given you the center, Matt McIntosh. 67 comes out. Flag down. Melsby goes up, catches it out of bounds. Another flag down on the play.
Had a little early movement on that one, Bill.
I think we did.
5 yards.
I think we did. Manning the tackle spot on the other side is number 73, Clark Jansen. He's a junior, 212 pounds, 6'1". Matt McIntosh goes 6 foot, 188 pounds. He's a senior. Brooks Monroe, 6'4" senior, 270 pounds. I think I'm missing a guard here. Jason Hodge.
Greiger is in there at guard, I think.
That's right. Greiger's in there. Kyle Hughes, number 66. Is that a 66 I see over there at the left guard?
Now, Ben Harbor took that penalty, and I think the coaches didn't want him to take it because that would have been third down instead of second now. We went back 5 yards, but...
Got a good seal there. Got a good seal. And it's up to the 38-yard line. Nice run by Winkle. Nice blocking on that side. That's right, Kyle Hughes is in there. He's 5'9" junior, 184 pounds, playing the left guard spot. And Justin Greiger is also in there, an interior lineman. Quick pitch this way. Anderson gets away from one. And there's another flag on the play. Clipping on the Mustangs. Now we'll see what they do here, whether they take this.
Declined it.
Make it 4th down. So the Mustangs, after a couple penalties, don't go anywhere. And they have to get rid of the football. Ryan Cubitt, the quarterback, back to do the punting.
Ooh, off the side of his foot.
Side of his foot, out of bounds. And that might be up close to the 50-yard line. Right there, 45-yard line. So that was a 10, 20, 25-yard punt.
Well, now they got two officials. Which one?
No, it's going to be on the 45.
He punted it from 35, so that's 15, 20 yards.
The Mustangs go back on defense again. No score in the ball game. We've got 8 minutes and 18 seconds left here in the first quarter. Both teams have had the ball once. Neither team has been able to muster a first down.
Pass here.
Clark back to throw. Throws it deep. Could be out of bounds.
Had good pressure on the passer.
And he was knocked down. And he is feeling it also.
He got hit right in the chest as he was opened up to throw the ball, and that's why it went out of bounds and short.
Okay, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
That may make him throw a little quicker next time, huh?
That might. Yeah, he got rid of it anyway, and he was wise enough to throw it out of bounds, whether intentional or not. Now they have two backs in the backfield again. Meeks is number 2, the tailback. And he gets the ball going off right tackle, but no go. And there on the bottom of the pile is Cliff Price with the first hit and the big hit. No gain on the play.
He's run the ball 4 times for -4 yards, and we're doing a great job of meeting them right at the line or a little behind the line of scrimmage and not allowing any kind of speed to come into play.
Yeah, and I think that Coach Knight and the staff have put together some games up there on the front line to negate some of that weight advantage they have. Rolls out the pass. He's in trouble.
Oh, he got ripped too, and that's Ray Short.
Way short. And I'll tell you, Dondrell Clark was hit by 3 people at the same time.
That was a sandwich job.
You
right
had
there.
Babcock. You had, who else was in there? Travis Rich was in on him. And Scott Taylor was there, too. You had 3 people that just kind of converged on him and met right at the quarterback. And they're going to call a timeout. The punter back there, Keldrick Stokes, called a timeout, so that's Benton Harbor's first timeout. There's no score here at McCamley Field in this Big 8 opener between the Mustangs and the Tigers. 7:20 remaining here in the first quarter.
Benton Harbor won their first 2 games, Bill, non-conference. They beat Muskegon Heights and Petoskey, I believe it was. And the Mustangs, as you said, lost 2 non-conference games. And I seen the Gazette ratings. We were still number 1 in the Class A ratings, and I think they take into account who we played and maybe who Benton Harbor played. But Benton Harbor was impressive in that first one, scoring a lot of points. And I have no idea how good Petoskey was, though.
Mm-hmm.
But
and we've played 2 good teams,
right.
Forest Hill Central from Grand Rapids and Granville.
But we just still have to show people and ourselves that we can go out there and win.
That's right. And this, we'll get to talk about this later. This is an entirely different kind of football team offensively than people can ever remember seeing before.
Right.
Ball is high. They're going to have to get out of the way so they don't get hit.
Oh, great job, I think, there.
Yep. Let's see who picks that up.
Nick Anderson bobbled the ball.
And let's see who dove on it.
22, Melsby came in there and saved the day.
34-yard line. 1st and 10 Mustangs. This is the second time they've held the ball. They've held Benton Harbor. Benton Harbor doesn't have first down yet, do they? The 2 possessions. Little counter play. Gets up to the 35-yard line before he's brought down. And I'll tell you what, Mr. Anderson met some large humans there about 3 yards downfield. Going to have to get through that counter hole in a hurry, because when that closes down, it'll close down. And he's got some people out there, like I mentioned, 74. He's going both ways. That's a lot to ask of a young man that size.
Whoa.
And Cubitt is sacked back inside the 25-yard line. That's a loss of about 10 yards.
They came off both corners, Bill, and it didn't look like they had much to stop them.
Nope, and I don't know if we have a hot receiver in that case, but when you get up into the upper levels like big-time college and you get into the pros, the receivers read who's coming on that and make their adjustments in their routes so that the quarterback can get to somebody in a hurry. Called a hot read or a hot receiver. He's back again. There he is at that time. Or they set it up for that. So if they're going to send their ends with the speed, they're going to have to throw some short, quick ones, which they tried right there. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if you see Cubitt take off and run with the ball. He's been the leading ground gainer for both of the first 2 ball games we've had. So it's going to be 4th down. The Mustangs in their second possession are also forced to punt. And back deep we have Dondrell Clark and Marcus Black. And it's a good punt to Clark on the 32-yard line. He's looking for a hole. And he gets up, he gains about 5 yards up to the 37-yard line before he's brought down there by a host. Among the first to get there is Jared Hoopengarner and Scott Taylor. 3rd possession for the Tigers. Looking for their first down, as are the Mustangs. 5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, and we have no score. Meeks again. Clark the quarterback. Meeks the tailback. Gives it to the fullback. First man through. Line of scrimmage, and that's it. Brought down in there by Justin Grieger and Matt McIntosh. He gained it maybe a yard.
Now we're doing a good job again. We're meeting everything at the line of scrimmage, and that's what we have to do. And it looks like we're having more than one person there, which has been a little problem in the first 2 games. A little team pursuit, gang tackling.
All right, we'll see if he has somebody going. Nope, linebacker stayed at home. Back to throw.
Oh, chasing, keep going.
Intercepted by Melsby. Down on the 32-yard line. That kid can definitely catch a football. Punted.
There were 4 people going up for that, and they were all taller than he was.
Oh. Well, yeah, I would guess so. Rob goes 5'9", and that's in the program, 5'9".
Yeah.
Officials timeout. Coaching box, maybe a problem there. Cuba rolls left. And he's brought down on the 16-yard line.
They are just teeing off and coming.
They're coming, yep.
And,
well, they know what we do well, and that's throw the ball, and they're going to make it as difficult as possible for them. Now, what you can do there is you can run some draw plays. You run your screens. But their ends, they're quick.
Very, very quick.
2nd and 23. Got some room there.
There's a nice block there.
And he's over midfield down to the 40. They're going to mark it at the 46-yard line of Benton Harbor. I would guess
31 yards, Bill.
We'll see that play a few times tonight.
First down.
Of the ball game, isn't it?
Either side, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the pursuit was very good again. Ben Harbor was coming, and we snuck him inside.
Veer, Winkle, gain of 3 yards. And that Veer, too, if the end is coming, that'll open it up for that first man through.
Right.
If he comes across hard. Yeah, it'd be 2nd and 7. Nothing there. First person through again. And Winkle
didn't go very far in that one.
I don't think they gave him up to the 45-yard line, so they gave him a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Cubit comes with the option again. They ran the same play 3 times now. Right now we're hitting the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Short of a first down by a good 5 yards. So the Mustangs are going to try and pin them deep down near the goal line. They're going to kick the ball. Ball's resting on the 44. They'd love to get it inside the 10-yard line here. If they punt it. if they punt it. And if he lets it go, it'll go in. And it does. Going to be Benton Harbor ball here with 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score. Tiger ball on their own 20-yard line.
Well, we're having a little trouble with their size, Bill, and their quickness.
Yeah, we sure are.
We knew that was the key to the game. If we can handle that now on our defense, we're doing a good job neutralizing their run. We haven't let them outside. We haven't let them up the middle.
And we haven't let them set up to pass either.
And so right now it's a field position game.
First and 10 for the Tigers. Clark hands off.
Uh-oh. Can't let this happen.
That's it. That's touchdown. That's Meeks.
That's going to be 80 yards. And I don't see a flag.
So Benton Harbor gets on the board first with their first down, if you want to call it that. They're down in the end zone for a 6-0 lead. And they didn't sweep with him. They gave it to him right off the end on kind of like a slant. And he found the hole, and there were a couple missed tackles, and there was nobody's going to catch him once he broke loose.
I don't think we touched him at all.
I think the cornerback, Melsby, turned just in time to get a hand on him, but he cut inside that. And it's good. So the Tigers take a 7-0 lead here in the first quarter.
61 kicked up. Well, we mentioned that at the beginning of the show, Bill, is the big play. It's hurt us, and Benton Harbor lives on the big play, and they have used their skills first. Now we got to come back and get a little drive going here. We may have to resort to some quicker passes and maybe run that the veer a little bit more, cut down the rush.
That's right. Well, we'll see what Coach Knight, what his strategy is. Well, I think if we give Cubitt some time, we'll put some points on the board. But we just have to give him a little bit of time.
He hasn't been able to. He set up one time, and that was it. The other times he's been running the wrong way.
Yep.
See if our special teams can shake one loose here and give us good field position. Winkle and Anderson are deep
back
for us.
Keldrick Stokes, the kicker. Nice run there up to the 48-yard line.
Ryan Deal.
And a flag.
That was Ryan Deal, 82.
Yep.
Made a nice spin move there.
You betcha. Kept his balance. Gained another 10 yards, and it's going to be a flag on the Tigers of Benton Harbor.
And that will give us even better field position because that's going to be 15-yard personal foul. Right.
So they'll mark it off from the 48. They'll be down to about 34-yard line, won't it? 36-yard line?
Depends on how long his steps are. I don't know.
Yep, they're going to put it on the 36-yard line.
So we're in good shape.
First and 10. Stay with the two tight ends and two backs. And there's a flag down, official. That has to be a lineup offsides. Somebody in the neutral zone.
Oh, they're looking at us, I think.
Still going to be first down, but now it's going to be 1st and 15. That doesn't help get things started.
No, we needed to go the other way.
There's the counter up the middle. Oh, one more step. He'd have had maybe a first down. Good run by Nick Anderson. Nick's a senior, 5'7", 150 pounds. Number 25.
Nick's, first action of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So he may be a little bit rusty. It takes a few pops here and there to get him going.
Going to be 2nd down and 12.
Oh, we can't do that. They got it this time.
Nick fumbled, and 63 picked it up. First down, Tigers. Recovering the fumble there is Jonathan Huddleston. So the Mustangs fumble it away.
Come on, defense. Come on, man. Get back, team.
The clock is stopped with 32 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. The Tigers hold that 7-0 lead.
They get it on 39.
Meeks, number 2 in the backfield, the one that made the 80-yard run. Fullback in front of him is Antonio Dawkins.
Same play.
Same play. He cuts inside.
Have to go with it again.
And we're going to have some substitutions here. Coach didn't like that. Coming into the ball game for the Mustangs, Brad Dimmick, number 30.
That was an 11-yard gain. There was a huge hole between that tackle and end.
There sure was.
Might not have anything to do with that big horse they got on tackle.
No, 340 pounds, I would guess so. That's the end of the first quarter, but the Tigers bring it down to close to the 45-yard line, where it's going to be 2nd down and about 6 yards to go. Both teams come over to the sideline. You know, Coach, I wanted to mention this before about being a different team. Mustang teams in the past have always prided themselves on ball control for a game because they ran the ball all the time, and if they took half a quarter, their goal was to take half a quarter for a long drive before they scored. Take their 6 minutes, take a drive, then the other team cannot score if they don't have the ball. Well, now we're relying on the ball in the air, and of course, when it's incomplete, the clock stops. When it's completed, they have to stop it to move the chains down. So it's not the same type of strategy that Coach Knight is used to, but that's what talent is there for him this year.
Right, and that will give the ball to the other team
a lot more
occasions during the game.
Instead of having the ball maybe 10 times in a ball game, they'll have it maybe 16 or 17, which gives you that much more chance to score. Okay, so we've changed sides. And Clark comes out and looks it over. They stay with the 2 tight ends. Gives it to the fullback through.
Oh, he's a big load.
And the first time they stopped him at the line of scrimmage, this is his 2nd carry, and he gains 10 yards on the play. He's big, all right. That's 34. Antonio Dawkins, he's 6'3", 210 pounds, and he's just a junior.
There was a good collision with, I think, our linebacker there, and Dawkins won.
Mm-hmm. First and 10. Dawkins again. Nice tackle out there by Lennon. But not before Dawkins gains. We'll give him 6 yards. That'll make it 7. They got a 2nd down and 3. Ball is resting now inside the 30-yard line of the Mustangs.
They're doing most of their damage off our tackles area anyway.
They sure are. Yep.
and both sides.
Coming this way. And just about the time that Meeks got the ball, Cliff Price got to Meeks.
Could hear that one up here, Bill. That was a nice collision.
That was a good hit. And there was no gain on the play, so it's going to be 3rd down and 5. In fact, he lost on that 2 yards. But you know, with the size of those tackles, they don't have to knock people down. All they have to do is seal. Just form a wall.
Move up a couple feet, and then they can cut off them.
Second one through is Meeks. Somebody got an arm on him.
Looks like he may have gotten the first down.
Chris Secondi, number 54, is in there now, and he got an arm on him, but that wasn't enough. So it'll be 1st and 10.
And this looks, we're talking about Benton Harbor making mistakes. They look pretty patient right now.
Yes, they do.
Coming off the ball. Their big tackle doesn't get off the ball with the rest of the team, but he doesn't have to.
No, he doesn't. Meeks just kind of hides behind him until he decides which way he's going to go. 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line. Now he comes back to throw for whatever reason. Throws it out of the end zone.
Yeah, that's a help to us. They're
thank you. That'll be 2nd down and 10.
That was a nice arm. Clark threw that ball a long way in the air. Matter of fact, he threw it right out of the end zone.
He did. It landed about 5 yards out of the end zone.
But we really haven't stopped the running game on this series. They can throw it again if they want.
Yep. I see they've got an assistant coach by the name of Sean Bergen. Wasn't he a quarterback there years ago and went to Toledo? Bergen?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Sprint draw.
And he gains pretty good yardage on the play. It's going to be 3rd down. Yeah, we'll call it 5 yards. Down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a big play right here.
Yes, it is. Although they're in 2-down territory.
They've been running over Chris Gordon an awful lot. Quarterback sneak.
And there's some yardage gain, but not enough for a 1st down. Why would Clark do that? Because he's 6'1", 180 pounds. It's going to be 4th down, and let's call it 2 yards. A long 2 yards. Ball is resting right now on the 15-yard line. Here's your big play, Coach, right here. We have 8 minutes and 56 seconds left here in the first half.
34 off the left tackle. We haven't stopped him for anything less than about 3-4 yards. So.
Well, the first time going the other way, they stacked him in the line of scrimmage, but since then, no. And that's who they give it to.
I don't know if he made it though.
And that's gonna be a measuring. I see him coming in from the side, from the line there. And they're gonna
dive in closer to the tackle or the guard. He didn't have to get too far over the line.
I got my binoculars on it, Coach.
They're going to measure. What do you think?
No. No, he did not make it. 3 inches.
There'll be a big stop for the Mustangs here. Yeah, you're right. He did not make it.
More than 3 inches, about a foot.
Big
stop for the defense. So the Mustangs have a chance to put something together here after that nice stand down inside their 20-yard line before halftime. 7 points down to the Tigers from Benton Harbor. Cubitt at quarterback, number 12. Drops back, being rushed, and he throws it low to Melsby out here. Melsby can't get to it, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Good route. Looks like he had some distance between he and the defender, but ball just didn't get to him.
You know, it kind of bothers the quarterback after he's been sacked a few times.
Yep.
Got to come back and get your composure.
Come on, Ryan.
Well, we're going to get 5 yards on that one, so
We'll take it.
we just completed a 5-yard pass, I guess. He's 2nd and 5 now. They're going to spot the ball right on the 20-yard line.
We got to put something together, Bill. I don't know about a score, but we got to get to the other end of the field here. We can't. I don't want to give them the ball again down our half of the field. There it is. Nice hit.
Good catch. Good hit.
T.J. Nelson.
Yep, T.J. Nelson tucked that one in, and he felt that hit. And he held on to it for a first down. TJ, number 80, he's a senior. Looking for a hole. Anderson found one.
Outside.
I don't know if he can outrun him, no. He might go all the way. Yes, sir. From the 25-yard line. That's a 75-yard run. He was running the counter, folks, and he didn't see that hole in the inside, so he bounced to the outside, and he decided he was going to go all the way outside, and there was only one man to stop him, and that was number 7, Gary Jones, and Anderson outran him to the end zone.
We had 2 or 3 good blocks right at the line of scrimmage that caved that line in, and that's why he went outside, because Benton Harbor looked like had sealed inside. Yeah, we need 11.
Lennon's going to hold. Cubitt's going to try the extra point. He does, and it's good. So we have a tie ball game. An 80-yard run and a 75-yard run. One for Benton Harbor and one for Portage Central. 7-7 to score here at McCamley Field with 8:03 remaining in the first half. No, that was certainly something we didn't expect. Somebody to pop loose and run around the end and outrun everybody, but there's only 2 people on our squad that can do it, and one just did.
Yeah, when he was just making the turn on the end, Bill, you were right. It looked like they had an angle on him, but Nick reached back and turned the afterburners on, and he outran everybody.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. They had more than 1 people with an angle on him.
Looked like 15 had a good angle for about the 20, but that disappeared real quick, too.
And at one time, number 7 was about a yard behind him and couldn't close it. So that's got to spark the Mustangs to know that they can do something like that without having to throw the ball into the end zone. They can run it into the end zone. And it's nice to have Nick Anderson back to do that. I was going to say the only other one that could possibly do that would be Melsby.
Right.
He's pretty quick too.
Yeah, so 2 long plays, and that's what I think both these teams rely on.
Mm-hmm. How many plays in that drive, though?
3.
3 plays, see?
We threw 2 passes. There was a penalty, and that was the first run.
And we only took about 1 minute and 10 seconds off the clock. And here Benton Harbor has the ball again.
And most of that was the run.
Yes, that's right.
Seconds to go that far.
That's right. There's the flag.
Oh,
We must have been offsides.
It's the only reason they call it there.
Way offsides, or normally they don't call that. Yeah, we can't keep doing these little things to hurt us.
No, that's unusual for us. That's our 4th penalty already.
Wow.
And actually, it's our 5th because they declined one.
That's right.
You're right. We can't do those things. Not when we're still playing kind of in a shell and an eggshell, and we can't. We haven't proven that we can make these mistakes and win.
Well, we're going to kick it now from the 35-yard line instead of the 40. And they should be able to get pretty good field position out of this.
Now Nick tried to keep that one deep. I don't know if they'll put this one down or not.
Nick is not doesn't have the leg like we had last year with King. King could put it inside the 10-yard line every time he kicked it. Most of the time inside the 5. Yeah, that's a little bit down. That's going to roll.
There it is. Good bounce. Picks it up about 17. Don't let him outside. Don't let him outside. Oh, he's out of bounds.
Got one block there, so he gets it up to the 20-yard line. Yeah, Brian King was the kicker last year, and we were fortunate to have him for a couple of years because he had a strong leg. Right now, he's taking that up to Northwood, and he's kicking for Northwood up there right now. He's a neighbor of mine. He said that he's enjoying football up there, but he's got a young man from Norway ahead of him kicking the football, so it might be some time before he gets a chance to show his skills, but he enjoys it.
Probably not a conventional kicker from Norway.
I wouldn't guess so. They don't play a lot of football in Norway, do they? All right, 1st and 10. Now we see a different situation here. With 8 minutes to go, they have dropped into a different. Oh my! I don't think he wanted to do that.
Oh.
And he's out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
I'm not sure.
Boy, they had.
What he wanted to do, Bill.
I don't either. They had 2 wideouts, and then they had a slot back who was 8 yards off the line of scrimmage and halfway. He was probably 10 yards away from the ball. Down the line.
I thought at first it was going to be some kind of option, but the...
well, I think what they tried to do is spread everybody, and they were going to try and go up the middle or off a tackle or something, and they somebody just didn't know what to do. Because obviously that isn't what they wanted to do. It's 2nd down and 22 now with the ball on the 9-yard line. And they don't want to give Portage Central good field position here because there's still 7:48 left here in the first half.
All right.
That's the tailback.
Meeks,
and he gets up to about the 15, yards. So he gained 6 yards on that play. Thinking maybe they can spring him loose. It's going to be 3rd down now and 15 to go. Boy, what a beautiful night, isn't it, Tom?
Yeah.
Some people here in jackets, some people here in T-shirts. It's just one of those nights where whatever suits you.
I don't know what they're sending.
Now they got triple receivers out here.
And we only have 2 guys over.
Now we got 3. Price comes over. He's going to cover inside. I wonder if they drop automatically to his zone.
Intercepted. Nope.
He bobbled it.
Yeah, he was.
But we had 2 people there in a hurry. Price was there along with Dan Schofield, and if he caught the ball, he wasn't going very far. So we're going to have the punt team come in for the Tigers. And as I said a minute ago, Ben Harbor should get good field position. We should get good field position. They don't have the greatest of punters, and we should be inside their territory with the ball. 7-7 to score here. Good snap. Yeah, line drive, but it's there. Gonna try and hit a wall. Nope. It's still good field position. We're on the 44-yard line of Benton Harbor. Now we'll see what he's going to do here. If he's going to go to the air right off the bat or he's going to try and run it. He's got the time to do that. There's 6:47 remaining here in the first half. He's got T.J. Nelson now in there on offense. Playing a tight end, although I think he has been. One wide out, two backs, two tight ends. Makes the defense honest.
Whoa.
And there was no blocking there on that side of the line. And Melsby, was that Melsby or Anderson? That was Anderson. Didn't get up to the line of scrimmage.
That looked like an option. I don't know if it was a guaranteed give, but wrong decision. Unless that was a regular guy.
It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Back for a short pass.
Flea flicker.
And we're going to get a 1st down out of it.
Or hook and ladder, we call it.
Yep. First down Mustangs inside the 35-yard line. We've seen that once each game. I'll tell you what, I think Cubitt's got strong enough leg. We get the thing down the 15-yard line. He might be able to try something from the 20, 21, 22-yard line. Up. Nick tried to skip over that pile and hit outside again. That's the play. He bumped to the outside and went for 75 yards. This time it was for 2. He looks like a tired young man out there right now, and he's only played one half of football.
Now, it's a lot different than practicing when you get out there and put in all the emotions and adrenaline running. We're deep enough to run 4 plays in this series. Good push on that.
Yep, we're down to the 26-yard line. He's going to be short in about, let's call it a long 2 yards. Depends on where they spot it. Timeout, Benton Harbor. 3rd down and 3. Looking a little more like the Mustangs now, Tom. I don't know if we're wearing their linemen down or not, but we're running the ball on them.
Well, in that first quarter, they were teeing off and charging hard, and now we've come back with a couple of running plays that they may feel that they're running by us a little bit, and we're running by them, so it's slowing them up a little bit, and we're having better angles now. They were getting off the ball so quick, it was hard to block them on any kind of run or pass.
Well, that's brought them down to the 26-yard line with plenty of time on the clock. We still have a few seconds over 5 minutes. And we're in a good position right here. 3rd down and 3. We're in 2-down territory, so if he wants to throw, he can throw and still come back with a 4th down try. And it's a good night to play football. It's not like the first 2 nights where we've had some cramp problems with people.
Field's in good shape. The Teagues have done another fine job this year. Chuck Teague has had a little bit of a out with illness.
I talked to his son, and he said Chuck's been out and about, so he's getting a lot better.
Had pneumonia, and we wish him luck on his treatments coming up here that he'll start next week, and hope it takes care of the problem he's got. But the field looks great.
Yes, it does. All the things that it's used for, it sure looks like a good football field. Uh-oh.
Cubitt fumbled the ball.
Fumble. And Benton Harbor recovers. 2nd fumble.
Number 10.
So we nicely can put it, blew that chance. And Benton Harbor takes over now on the 26-yard line.
Well,
this looked like there was a mix-up. Well, you know what happened? They had Benton Harbor had a man tackling our back as soon as the ball was there. I mean, there wasn't much time to get a read by Ryan, and the back had nowhere to go. He was being wrapped up. So
And I think Ryan then wanted to pull it out. And when trying to pull it out with the back having it, there was a fumble.
Goes to Meeks.
Don't let him out.
No. That was that Lennon that made. Yeah, that was Lennon that made a tackle. But he still got 5 yards. And they have time to do something. We're down to 4:37. And speaking of sevens, it's 7-7. Tigers of Benton Harbor and the Mustangs of Portage Central. Meeks again, trying the same place. Looks like he's picked up the first down.
He's very quick and he runs very hard.
And he
looks like he can take and dish out some punishment.
Yeah, he plants and goes outside real well. Cliff Price over there in on the tackle. We're going to put it down on the 39-yard line where it's 1st and 10 Tigers.
We've turned it over now a couple times on fumbles. Benton Harbor's turned it over one time on a pass interception. But that last fumble looked like we were having something going there. And
yep, down inside their territory, inside the 30-yard line.
Now we have to stiffen up here and force a punt.
Dawkins gets it. First man through.
Ball came loose, but they may have blown the whistle.
Yes, it's Mustang football.
It may have been 89 grabbing the fumble.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. He was the last one to come up there. Well, let's just say 89, Matt Kaler. We haven't mentioned him, so let's mention him and give him the fumble, shall we?
Sure. Sounds good to me.
4:09, first half. Mustangs have the ball in this 7-7 tie on the 39-yard line of Benton Harbor.
Okay, let's take advantage of this break.
Cupid back.
He's open. He's open. It's a touchdown. 39.
Melsby. 39-yard pass. Ryan Cubit to Rob Melsby.
That was just a fly all the way. And
yes, it was.
From the line of scrimmage, Cubit put the ball up, allowed him to run right under it, and draw it up on paper, Bill. You couldn't do about it.
No, that looked pretty. We've thrown that pattern quite a bit this year, and we've had some success with it. So, you say 39 yards?
Yes. One play.
Extra point attempt by Cubit. Booms it, and it's good.
No. That's what you do with a turnover right there. One play.
Makes it 14-7.
Many times they will throw that ball a little bit closer to the sideline, but Melsby, again, he's a gifted receiver. He'll catch the ball if it's close. Cubit's a gifted thrower, and it's just a matter of time before they're going to hook up with a big play.
I know it.
Coach Knight, knowing that a lot of coaches like to do that, take a turnover and try to strike big right away, and it counted there. Nice job, Mustangs. Great job.
And so now we put them down in their socks a little bit, and we come out with a little skip in our jump. That's a nice way to go into halftime, especially being down 7-0.
They've had a little trouble handling the punts or the kickoffs. Anderson has kind of, it's not really a squib, but they have not been end over end.
No.
And they've hit the ground and they've not been able to pick it up on the first bounce, which helps.
And by the time he gets possession of it down here, all his blockers are way downfield ahead of him. Okay, Anderson ready to kick off.
Here we go. That was a square.
Oh, that's loose.
That was a good pickup by them. First player on the ball. I thought it might have got away, but 72 made a nice grab of the ball.
And for Benton Harbor, that's Alan Dyson. So Benton Harbor has a 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line.
Almost did the right thing. He hit it one of their players. It got out in the open.
Oh,
and,
yes.
If Dyson hadn't got that the first grab, could have been our ball.
It'd have been up for grabs. No, we're still looking at Clark at quarterback. And Meeks at the tailback. And that's who gets it. Meeks, sprint draw. Whoa, he got through the first hole. And 56. Scott Taylor just put a hammer on him. No, that was Grieger, Justin Grieger. He's 5'11", 205 pounds, and Meeks felt every pound of that. All of a sudden, he was going in opposite direction.
Yeah, that's stood him right up.
So 2nd down and 10.
They might try the same kind of pass that we just got there.
Oh, I hope so. I hope they go back to throw.
Oh, we let him out. We had him bottled up. We had him for a big loss.
Yes.
But Clark.
But he didn't get to throw downfield.
Nope.
He'll make it.
Away and got
make it 3rd down. He only gained a yard or so, Coach.
Well,
a long
where he
yard.
Was, he got
Yeah.
12.
Yeah. Well, we're picking up those receivers real well. Every time they've dropped back to pass, they have not been able to find anybody. Right. In the first quarter, they've thrown some ducks up, but that was because he was pressured. Now they've rolled out and they haven't been able to throw to anybody.
And running out of bounds, there's still a lot of time left in this half.
Yep. Staying with the same formation. He's going back to throw. That's up in the air.
We got an interception at 80 on the 35.
And he's going to go all the way down the 44-yard line. And we've got the ball with 2:54 remaining here in the first half on the Benton Harbor 42-yard line. No. They rolled him way back here on the 46-yard line. He must have put his foot on the line back there. So we'll see what they do here.
That was a 20-yard return of that interception.
Well, he was hit just as he was releasing it, and the ball went up end over end. So whoever was closest
ran back there, and it was like catching a punt.
Yeah.
And we'll take it.
Mustangs on offense. Cupid back for a short pass. No, overthrows Melsby out in the flat. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Well, he does have a way of getting open, doesn't he? Rob?
That one, after you throw a long one, you burn the guy, they come back here a little bit and thought maybe the out pattern would be there, and they'd
get him again,
play a little game on him here.
Yeah. All right, 2nd down and 10 yards. Ball on the 45. Snap up.
Nice pass. Go. Don't drop it. Almost.
All right, he's down inside the 5-yard line. Nice catch by T.J. Nelson. And I thought he might go before number 20, Shalafield Kelly. caught him from behind, and he almost slipped out of his grasp and made it into the end zone. But he kept hold of it, and we've got 1st and 10 on the 3 with over 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Cubitt looks like he's in. Neither referee has called it that way. Nope. It'll be 2nd down. Ball can't be any closer to the goal line than what it is. See it on your screen there? The tip of it looks like it's right on the goal line, so it's right there, folks. If we don't fumble it, we should have a touchdown.
I call the same play, Bill.
Well, all he needs is an inch.
Well, I don't know. They're not going to give it to us. They stood us up pretty well right there.
Yeah, they did.
Very good charge by the defense.
And they're going to put the ball in the same spot.
We may have to hand this off.
No, he's going to do it again.
Think so?
Sure.
Well, there's number 74. What's the other guy's number? Holy moly.
Either that or...
Defense, take a look. Center that line. There he is. Walking in with Anderson.
Yep. Right inside the end. The end came across and he went right inside of him. So the Mustangs take advantage of an interception and a long pass, or a short pass with a breakaway run by T.J. Nelson. And they score with 1:03 remaining here in the second quarter. First quarter all Benton Harbor, second quarter all Portage Central. And extra point is good. (21-7) Mustangs. How long was that running next? Would you say 1 foot? You got to give him a yard, right?
Got to give him a yard. Got to give him a yard. Yeah, I wasn't very far. And again, I'm not sure we would have made that 6 inches in the middle there. They took their 2 big guys out in the guard position and pinched them in. And
big people. Very big people.
That short of distance, trying to get some leverage on them, pretty tough.
Well, we've scored some points this year, but have we scored 3 touchdowns in a quarter this year, Mr. Stats?
That's the first time.
That might be the first time, isn't it?
We had 21 points in the half the first game, and we didn't score the second half, I think. We might want to squib it again, not let a little lightning jump out of the bottle.
That's right.
Some of their scat backs back there. Little confidence builder there. That second touchdown was huge. But this one, hopefully, is the beginning of a championship
run.
Yeah.
Because it certainly looks to me like Benton Harbor is pretty well disciplined this year.
Yeah. Nice cover up. Yep. That's not an easy ball to catch.
And Tito White, I think that's the second one he's gotten, isn't it?
Oh, that's his first one.
I remember mentioning his name before, so he's done something else. Okay, so they have the ball with a minute to go in the first half. Mustangs holding a 21-7 lead after being down 7-0.
Let's make sure they don't do anything radical here.
Yeah, let's not let Meeks loose.
Whoa! Hello!
And the first thing Meeks saw was number 67, Matt McIntosh.
Matt just came in from that left side end, and no one blocked him, and he went for the guy he thought was going to get the ball.
And you know, I had Matt in class last year, 2 years, and he is the quietest guy you want to meet. But I guess you can be quiet and still hit like that, right?
I guess so. He just showed us.
Okay, second down now and 14. But two safeties are back. Corners are, they're going to throw. They're going to throw. They're going to throw long, too long. And out of bounds. Every time Clark goes back to throw, he can throw it long, but it hasn't been close to a receiver.
No.
Which is going to make it third down here with only 12 seconds to go. Boy, I wouldn't chance throwing it again, would you, Coach?
I think I might run it one time, and if it's a big game, if they go, fine, but not. If they put it up, they're going to have to punt it if they don't complete it. And then you're risking...
Well, you're risking an interception anyway, because we've got two of them, don't we?
Yes.
And a quick pitch, Meeks. And he gets just to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard.
Good job.
Before Justin Greiger is the first one to hit him. So as the first half ends here, the Mustangs go off the field with a 21-7 lead over the Benton Harbor Tigers. And just by looking at the two squads leave the field, you can tell who is leading 21-7. Okay, we're going to come back and give you some statistics from the first half with Tom Monroe. But right now we're going to turn it over to the Portage Central Mustang Marching Band. 4 seconds before the clock runs out. Mustangs are coming out of the goalpost there, and we hope they don't run over the future Mustangs that you see on the field there, but they're trying to line up. Whoa! Whoa! Remember when you were that little and you went to a high school football game and all the guys ran by you and you thought they were 100 feet tall, didn't you? Every one of them was a Jolly Green Giant. Well, those little kids right down there just had that same experience. I remember my dad took me to a football game and they came out of the tunnel. This was up in Holland. And I must have been 5 or 6 years old, and I'm standing there and they came running out right in front of me. And I almost started crying. I was so scared. Those guys were the biggest human beings I ever saw in my life with all those pads on, and they're snorting and everything, you know. I thought, holy smoke, what have I got myself? My dad just laughed. He thought that was a ball. Okay, we've got 21-7 here. Mustangs lead over Benton Harbor. What kind of stats we got, Tom?
Well, not a whole lot of stats. You think there might be more with 4 touchdowns being scored, but Benton Harbor has 5 first downs. They've rushed 24 times for 119 yards, but 80 of those yards came on one play with Meeks running their touchdown. He's carried the ball 16 times for 116 yards, so he's gotten just about all the yards for them. And they've lost a few yards on a couple plays, and that's why the second runner, 34.
That's Dawkins?
He's only run the ball about 3 times, but he's gotten about 18 yards. I expect maybe to see him run the ball a little bit more, but he might be the better blocker.
He's a load, 6'3", 210 pounds, and just a junior.
They have not completed a pass in 7 attempts, except to us twice, and they fumbled the ball and lost it once. The Mustangs, we have rushed the ball 17 times for 75 yards. And, of course, 75 yards have come with Nick Anderson, but we've had some losses, too. Cubitt has been thrown for a 10- and 12-yard loss, and we had a couple other losses there. So we have 7 first downs. But our passing, we've hit on 6 out of 9 for 123 yards and 1 touchdown. And that was the nice 39-yard pass from Cubitt to Melsby. We've lost 2 fumbles. And that has handed Benton Harbor a couple opportunities. And so yardage-wise, not a lot of it in the first half. A couple of those big plays and a very, very important touchdown there in the last minute and a half by the Mustangs.
Right, after that turnover. And that And, you know, that it's nice to see the Mustangs drive the ball, because up till now we've been a big play team. And that's, like I said before, that's not our philosophy, but if that's the way we're going to win, that's the way we'll do it. We've always kidded Bob Knight about throwing the ball more, and he's had his rejoinders back to us. And now it's, you know, it's fate. He's got to throw it to move the ball until he finds a running game. And we see sparks of that tonight. So hopefully that's something we can mix in with it.
It's gotten so bad, I found myself last week saying, let's run the ball.
Yeah.
Run the ball. No, it's trying to still find a balance. And we get the ball back right away in the second half, and we could do some more damage and maybe even put this one away.
Yeah, you know, you get up on a team by 21, 28 points and another touchdown or two, and all of a sudden you got people just dropping down into their shoes and not wanting to play anymore, and that could happen. So we'll see. We received the ball first. It'd be nice if we could have a sustained drive down the field, but that remains to be seen. We have Winkle and Anderson back to receive the ball deep, standing at about the 14-yard line.
And the last time, though, they kicked it to Ryan Dealer, one of our short ups, and he had a nice return.
That's right.
Back 23 yards, and then they tacked a 15-yard penalty on that. So number 11, Keldrick Stokes.
Yep,
he's for Benton Harbor.
He's been their kicker.
Unless 15's going to step in there and kick it. What's he doing up there? Oh, that's maybe a little trick play there.
Yeah.
It's shorter yet.
Yep, that's up. He's over the 40 now. He just got to find a little seam. And he brings it up over the 46 to about the 47-yard line.
Travis Rich.
Was it?
Yep.
He's a junior, 6'3", 190 pounds. He's got a lot of juniors playing out there, Coach. A lot of juniors on the ball club.
Good field position.
1st and 10 Mustangs. First play here of the second half from scrimmage. 21-7 Mustangs over the Benton Harbor Tigers.
Oh,
Fumble.
Jeez.
We'll see who comes up with it. Third fumble lost for the Mustangs.
Bill, that was a matter of either the back was too quick, you know, Nick Anderson's his first game back, or Ryan was a little slow, or both, because the pivot by Ryan and the handoff was a little bit late.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know, as I'm saying, I don't know if that was because Nick was a little quick or whatever.
All right, so it's 1st and 10 Tigers now. Things turned around quickly. And they have the ball on the Mustang 47-yard line. Second one through. Hello. Hello. Ben Babcock, 6'4", 202-pound senior. Loss of about 2 yards.
And I noticed something on that. Meeks was running straight up and down on that one.
Might be the last time. Well, I think he's that kind of runner. He's looking for a place to go, and you know, he's not just heading for one spot. That 80-yard touchdown run he had, he just bounced outside.
I think, though, he had a little bit more lean.
Yeah.
Like you said, that's first half. They walked off.
Back to throw. And there's flags on the play, as Meeks runs it up to about the original line of scrimmage, but we'll have to see what the call is. The way it's thrown there, it's illegal procedure on the offense. We'll see what Coach Knight wants to do here. He's going to decline it.
Big play.
Going to take that play since it was a loss. And it'll make it 3rd down and about, I think they lost on that, or they get it up to the...
Might have been no gain.
No gain on the play. Make it 3rd down and 11.
Yeah. All right, now don't let them out of the bottle here. Call this the midfield stand.
Let's call it whatever we want as long as they do it. They got the linebacker going.
Oh, nice pass, nice catch, and he... Oh.
That's going to be a first down. Yeah.
Depends on the mark.
They're going to measure that one. As you can see on your screen, that's pretty darn close.
They got 10. It's fourth down. Why not go for it? Sure.
Well, if we can meet them in the backfield like we did a couple of plays ago, they won't get it. Now, they got split backs out there now. Usually they've had an eye.
Oh, now.
Now it's fourth down.
What are we doing at?
They're going to call it on us, Coach.
We came across the line first, and then they moved. So I'm not sure what the call on that is. We encroached first. Yeah.
Yep.
We did. That's the right call. Coach Knight was talking to the official down there that maybe they did something to draw us off. That could be. We had 2 guys jump, not just one.
Yeah, we had 2 or 3 guys come across, so maybe the center snapped his head or something.
Quarterback Bob, I didn't really get a good look at that. A little head bob can help.
Back to pass. Going deep.
Ooh, that could be.
That could be interference, couldn't it? Nope, neither one's going to call it. Covered real nicely back there by Nick Anderson.
Yeah, Nick actually was in the path of receiver, but he was going for the ball. So that pass was thrown better by
Clark.
That was the closest one, I think, long one that he's come close to.
All right, it makes it second down and 10 now. This time we're going to give it to Dawkins, the first one through.
Good job of wrapping him up and waiting.
Yes.
Good job.
Coming off the bottom is Matt McIntosh there.
Gets a yard on the play is all.
Jenny comes in the ball game for third and long. 3rd and 9. Ball on the 32-yard line of the Mustangs. After a fumble by the Mustangs, the Tigers are trying to get something going here in the second half, down 21-7. Clark back to throw. No, we got a new quarterback, Coach.
Oh, he's wide open. Hits him right in the helmet.
That's not Clark anymore. That's Keldrick Stokes, the punter. He's a sophomore, 6 foot, 175-pound sophomore. And number 31 out there had it right there in his biscuits and missed it. Marcus Black, number 31.
Threw his hands and him in the face.
Yes. Boy, I bet he wishes he had that one back. That was touchdown. I mean, all he had to do was take about 3 steps and he was in the end zone. And maybe that's what he was thinking. So that brings up 4th down. 4th down and 9.
Number 80 came in late in the huddle here. Looked like he was talking to Stokes. I think he was, because they threw that way and we intercepted it. Nelsby got it again.
Well, good as a punt, right?
Yeah.
4th down pass intercepted on the 12-yard line. By Melsby.
If that's a tip-off, but 80 came in after the play was already given, and he came in late and he talked to the quarterback. Now,
what did he say? Throw it to me?
Yeah, it looked like it because he went back and threw it to him.
Yeah. All right, 1st and 10 Mustangs. Anderson, Winkle, and Cubitt in the backfield. Anderson comes through on the counter. Up to the 11-yard line. Gain of 4 yards. Second down. 21-7 to score here. 8 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Mustangs have a 2-touchdown lead. Nothing going that time. Cubitt was forced to pitch it back to Winkle a little earlier than he wanted to. He was going down the line of scrimmage, but defensive end came in and forced him to retreat 2 or 3 steps. Had to get rid of it. All right, it's 3rd down and 7. No go that time. Well, they're going to have to punt the ball, Coach. And hopefully Ryan can get his foot into a good one, drive it back somewhat. Back to receive is Clark, who quarterbacked the whole first half before Coach Wilson decided to go with a sophomore quarterback. Good snap.
Ooh.
High punt, not too far. We'll see what kind of bounce it gets. Wrong way. And it's, let's see, kicked it from the 16-yard line. So 26, what do you call that, Coach? An 18-yard punt?
Yeah. But no return.
No return. The 1st and 10. Benton Harbor on the 34-yard line of the 34-yard line of the Mustangs.
Very good field position.
See Jason Scudder now, number 11, is out there playing a safety, cornerback.
There he goes.
Tripped up. That's Dawkins. Tripped up by Lennon. But not until a first down is gained.
13 yards. Dawkins, I like the way he runs.
Yeah, he runs hard.
I'm surprised he doesn't get the ball more. Meeks is a good runner, but
Dawkins is big.
Yeah, and
6'3", 210. That's
he hits the line with
authority.
Without being slowed up. He seemed to me to be hard to bring down. You can get 3-4 yards of carry.
Gonna get it again. Fumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have picked it up.
No. Officials said no.
So it's going to be 2nd down. A gain of a yard on the play.
Yeah. That time we got him right at the line of scrimmage.
Now what they've done here is they brought in Clark, number 8. Let's see where he lines up to play. He quarterbacked the first half, and he's going to play a running back now.
Better watch a halfback pass here.
If they pitch it to him, he's going to throw it. Nope.
Oh, he dropped it. Dropped the ball. Another one right on the numbers.
I thought he caught it and taken a couple steps, but almost looked that way.
That's 81 this time, I think.
If it's 31, it's the same young man.
It is 31.
Oh, boy.
He might not get on the bus.
He might not do that.
Black.
Well, let's not give him a third chance, shall we?
Marcus, you're lucky. Only a little of the population of Benton Harbor's here to see that.
Yeah.
Because, you don't want to do that too many times.
He's been open both times, too.
Yeah, they were nice passes.
Oh, Oh, talk about 6 points. My goodness, Cliff wanted that one back. My goodness. That's all right. Knocked it down. That puts it 4th down now.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, they did the right thing by bringing in Stokes, because
he throws the ball.
This sophomore throws the ball on the line. And the senior doesn't feel too bad, Dondrell, because he's in there also, in the backfield. But who did they take out? Is there something wrong with Meeks? Meeks is right there. Now they've got Dawkins out of there.
Yeah.
Got pressure on him. Got pressure on him.
That was a big mistake right there, Bill.
Yep, and
that was 4th down, and he just gave us 5, 10, 15, about 20 yards.
Well, sophomore. So the Mustangs take over on downs.
That's a great field exchange right there. Field position exchange.
Okay, it's Mustangs ball on the 39-yard line, holding a 2-touchdown lead. And he's down to the 30-yard line. A 10, 20, 30-yard pass from Cubitt to Melsby. Quite a combination. It's nice those two young men decided to move into the district, didn't it?
We'll take it.
Okay, so for the first time this half, the Mustangs are in Benton Harbor territory. 5:24 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Winkle tries to go through on that counter. Makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
They bottled that up pretty well tonight.
That'll be 2nd down and 10. Another long one. Melsby, touchdown.
30 yards, Bill.
Cubitt to Melsby, 30 yards.
Nice delivery, nice route again. It's that quick down the sideline route, and they throw it a lot. And they make it look easy.
Yes, they do. And if we need to, I haven't seen, maybe we'll see it now on. We'll probably see it at St. Joe, but certainly Melsby's not going to be able to run with one person down at St. Joe.
That guy was so far offside. Who was that? Number 9. James.
Number 9 for them?
Yeah. He was coming off the end, and...
They got him for 6'11" here. That can't be right.
11.
They got him in the program at 6'11", 175 pounds. I don't think he's 6'11", maybe 6'1".
Maybe that's number 9. Is that number 8?
Well, I don't see anybody over there 6'11" on the sidelines. Do you?
No. That's Clark that came in. He was a good stride and a half. He could have blocked that with his shoelace.
Okay, Ryan's going to try it again. Who's the center on these?
There's another Jenny.
Chris Jenny?
I think so.
Ian Lennon's the holder. Offsides again. Well, if they put it on the goal line, run it in.
I'm sorry. I think McIntosh is the center. He's in there, and he's 67?
Yes.
I think he's the center on the short snaps.
Okay.
We'll make sure this time.
Well, we're going to get this thing off, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, Bob yelled for the offense. I think he's going to run it in.
Well, it was our penalty on that,
Yep.
Coach. Coach, I don't think he wants to run it in.
Well, I heard him turn around and go offense.
I know, but I think he felt it may have been on them again. That's 3 penalties on the
extra point.
guy here. But the bad part is we have to go back a full 5. They get to inch up a.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we'll try it one more time.
It is McIntosh centering the ball. He's been the short snapper all year. Yeah!
Well, all that folderol didn't make any difference. Cubitt put it through to make it 28-7. Mustangs.
Well, that has to be a big turnaround in the game, Bill. They were knocking on the door in a couple series down here, and then they lose 20 yards on the 4th down play. And that was what we needed, and we turned it into 7 points.
Does it seem like a different type of game to you this year than it has in the past?
Yeah, I think...
Or is it just me?
Well, we're not. It goes back. We're playing a different kind of offense, and we're probably giving the ball to Benton Harbor more than we have in the past.
Maybe that's it.
We've had some big marches where we can go down the field and eat up 5-6 minutes of a clock, and just like that series right there, that didn't last that long.
No.
A couple nice passes, a couple runs, and we're in the end zone.
28-7 now after being behind 7-0 in the first quarter. We didn't score in the first quarter. Benton Harbor had one long run, and at the end of the quarter it was 7-0. But the Mustangs have come back with 3 scores in the second quarter and now 1 in the third. And we still have 4:45 remaining here in the third quarter. And what do you think? You see the ball in the air now a lot more with this sophomore quarterback? Yeah, I thought so too.
They dropped a couple balls there.
Inside the 5-yard line. Ball is squibbed over his head.
Great kick. That might go in the end zone.
If
it didn't. It didn't go in the end zone. He's got to get it. Oh, he forgot that.
Yes, and he's down after getting run over by the herd. He's down on the 2-yard
I
line.
hate to tell you who it was.
31?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, it was.
No.
Yeah.
Poor Marcus.
Marcus Black. Where is that ball? On the 3-4 line?
Oh, 2-yard line, I would say, because there's the 3 with the stripe for kicking, and they're inside of that. Let me get my glasses here, Coach.
Well, I'm looking at the down marker over there. Looks like it's about the 3.
Yeah, I'd say you're right, 3-yard line. And there's a timeout on the field. Benton Harbor. Is that their third timeout? Or second?
That's their first for this half.
This half, yeah.
They have 2 altogether.
Okay. They're just going to try and regroup. I thought that was a good timeout. They had some players going over, slamming their helmets down, and I'm sure there were some words over there. So he just took a timeout. Get the kids back together. They certainly don't want to make a mistake because they're not thinking down on the 3-yard line and have Portage Central go in and score again, because that could pretty much put it away. With their speed, 3 touchdowns is not a whole lot to overcome, along with a couple breaks, but 4 in a quarter and a half, that could be a little too much. So I thought Coach Wilson called a good timeout there.
Yeah, this is do or die, I think, for them. If they're going to have to put at least a few first downs together to get back in the game a little bit. And like you said, they're a big play team too. They can score quickly, and we turned it over a few times to them. But mistake down here, and we'll be ringing that bell a few more times.
And that could be the death bell for this football game for Benton Harbor if we go in right now. I'm impressed with this sophomore quarterback, though.
Yes. Is he still in there now?
Yes. Is he? I'm not sure.
I think they've gone back to Clark. Probably run. No, he's still in there. Number 11.
And Meeks is back in to do some running, and he gets 5 yards off left tackle.
Yeah, Stokes is in there.
And we've got an injured Benton Harbor player. That's the quarterback, number 11, isn't it? Stokes, Keldrick, I believe it is.
Yep.
That was Stokes, the quarterback, so now they bring back in Clark.
Clark's back in. Looks like it might be a leg. I don't know.
2nd down and 7. Cliff Price met him right at the line of scrimmage. And Meeks again. Yep. Boy, that kid has been hit hard 3 or 4 times right there. But he's a solid young man. He's a senior, 5'10", 180 pounds.
He may be telling him in the huddle, though, that give it to somebody else.
Might be. Portage Central looks determined not to let him run out of this hole down here on the 3-yard line. It's 3rd down and 9. Drop back in the end zone could cause some problems for the Tigers, too. But that's what they're going to do. He's throwing long, and he gets hit late.
Melsby had that one.
Almost had it.
Played a little defense on that.
Yes, he did. In fact, that was very good defense on Michael Hawkins, the senior wide receiver, to keep Melsby from intercepting another pass. And now they're going to have to punt from their end zone. And my guess is right here that Coach Knight is going to put, if he's got a different kind of rush, this is the time to do it. Up 3 touchdowns. They've got to kick it out of their end zone. Their snaps have not been precise.
But that was Clark's best pass of the night right there. He threw that ball well.
Yes, he did. They're going after it, and he got it away in a hurry. But they're going to let it roll. And it goes dead on the 37-yard line. Well, the Mustangs have very good field position. 2:27 remaining here in the 3rd quarter at McCamley Field, where in this opener for both teams in Big 8 competition, the Mustangs hold a 28-7 lead over the Tigers of Benton Harbor. And now we have another quarterback in here, number 10, Jimmy Harris. And he's not listed. What do they got going here?
Cuban keeps it. Oh, nice fake there.
Okay. Gain a 1st down. It is. 1st down Mustangs. Ball spotted almost on the 25-yard line. We'll call it the 25. 1st and 10. First man through. Anderson. Gain of 3 yards. 2nd and 7 on the 22-yard line.
Well, let's see if we can just punch this one in here.
Winkle and Anderson still the running backs. Melsby out here is the wideout. Ryan Cubitt the quarterback. Ryan goes back to throw. See somebody open. It's touchdown city for T.J. Nelson, 24 yards. Nice pass. "24 yards, you said, right?
Nice pattern. They ran a post pattern right through the middle of the defense, and Ryan put the ball right on the money, and it just beat the back trying to get back for it.
All right, let's see how many times it takes us to kick this one. One time. And it's good. Score now stands 35-7 Mustangs. Boy, this is better than any of those boring drives that he used to put together, isn't it?
And again, we're scoring pretty quickly, Bill. That was 2 runs and a pass touchdown.
Yep. Not too many plays. Well, you know, you've got two weapons. You got 2 weapons. There's Cubitt, and you got Melsby, and now we seem to have found another receiver.
Well, I was just say that's nice to see that to help Rob Melsby out.
Right, because you know that Muhlenkamp is not going to let Melsby run all over the field with one kid covering him. He's going to have to double team him, which means Ryan's going to have to go somewhere else if he's double teamed.
TJ's coming right along here, and he's looked very good at catching the ball.
Yep, he's a senior. 5'11", 188 here in the program, and nice to see him catch that one.
That's his 3rd catch.
Still a minute and a half to go here in the 3rd quarter.
We've really only thrown the ball 3 times this half. 30 yards, and 24, and 2 of them.
2 for touchdowns, yep. Well, he goes a little longer here. Uh-oh. He's going to let it go in. Now, as soon as it crosses the goal line, it's dead in high school football.
And Marcus Black is
Marcus said, yes, he is. All right, 1st and 10, Benton Harbor on their own 20-yard line. And they haven't had a chance to get going much this half either, have they?
No. They've had 2 first downs, and one was by a penalty. But again, the keys, they had field position. They had the passes on the money, and they dropped the ball on a couple of occasions.
Yeah.
And they could have been touchdowns right at the goal line.
Yeah, which made an entirely different football game.
But now I think they're going to just try to, I mean, the floodgates are open. They're going to just try to survive now.
Mm-hmm. And if we can put some pressure on, we got
Stokes is back.
Yeah, Stokes is back in there with the split backs, which means pass. He's going long. And he threw it over the wrong shoulder, but you know what? He almost made a nice catch. We kind of kidded Marcus Black, but he turned well on that and almost pulled it in.
Now, he's got to be out there for a reason, so he's not having the game he would like to have.
All right, it's going to be 2nd down and 10 now. And our defensive backs are going to get in some foot races here and be mighty tired by the end of this game. Oh, they're going to the eye again, and usually they don't throw out of the eye. And they tried to run Leak and spring him loose. And he loses on that. Back to the, let's call it the 16-yard line.
Cliff Price and Jennings, or Jenny, I mean. There's
And Grieger there, yeah, good linebacker. This is the best our defensive lines looked all year by far, and they're playing against some big people. Babcock at the end, Travis Rich at an end. Back to throw again. A little screen pass. Try to pop him loose.
That's Clark.
Boy, what a great open field tackle there by Grieger. It's a good play. Try to shake him loose somewhere, and it's going to make 4th down. They're going to have to punt the ball.
Bill, that's their 16th pass, and that's only their second completion. They've completed a couple of us, and actually they completed 3 to us and only 2 to them.
Okay, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter with the Mustangs leading Benton Harbor 35-7. Yeah, we might see some substitutions on offense here. I don't think you'll see much substituting on defense, but maybe a good chance to get some kids in here. We still have some kids in blue jeans, like we like to call the hurt kids, standing on the sideline. Hopefully we get these kids back in a hurry. Next week, we go to St. Joe, right?
Right.
And that's always a tough ball game for the Mustangs, and most of the time it determines who's going to win the Big 8.
I saw Coach Kubiak from Kalamazoo Central on the news this morning, and they asked him about the Big 8 race, and he says until you beat the Portage Centrals and the St. Joe's, you can't talk about a race. Those are the people that have been winning it for the last 20 years, and until you start knocking them down, it's going to be one of them at the top.
Well, it's St. Joe there, and then we go away to Niles, but we're the home team. We're on this side against Northern 3 games from now, and then we play Loy Norix at home, go to Kalamazoo Central, and then finish the regular season with fumble on the play.
No, they
ruled it down.
It was a punt, and it was a bad snap, and he kicked the ball. I'm not sure about this now. They got to talk about this. He kicked the ball real low, and he hit one of the Benton Harbor kids in the back. Yeah, okay. And then it rolled over, and one of our Mustangs went after it and touched it.
So you're saying the ball was dead when it hit
Well, it wasn't dead, but then they recovered the fumble. But we have the opportunity to say, okay, we'll take it from where they hit it first or where we got it.
I
of course,
see.
we don't want to take the fumble, so we'll take it. That's why they moved it back.
And that's why they moved it back toward the goal line.
So
Okay.
they just had a 3-yard punt.
And another timeout has called. I didn't catch it. I was looking at the schedule here because I forgot to add Battle Creek Central is a home game this year. That's the last game on the schedule before any playoff action.
That may be a homecoming. Seems like we're late into October for homecoming.
We don't have a last game. Well, that's because everything's moved up. But our last game is the 22nd of October, and then the playoffs start.
We took that last game, non-conference game, into the season and moved it up front.
Granville.
That's why we're finishing.
Or was it Forest Hills? Who are we going to start
Forest
with?
Hills.
Okay.
Forest Hills. And
traditionally, most everybody in the Big 8 has played a non-league game at the beginning of the season and at the end of the season, with the 7 games scheduled in between that are league games. But now with the playoffs, where they're going to have any team that finishes with a 6-3 record included in the playoffs, and if not enough of those 6-3 teams, they don't have enough to fill the slots, they're going to go down and fill them with 5-4 teams. So a lot more high school players are going to experience that thrill of playing in the playoffs.
Jason Scudder, I believe, is going to quarterback. Might catch some of the other numbers.
Yep, let's get back to those. I see 23 split out here. That's Trevor Ackerson. Scudder carried out his fake rather well there, didn't he?
He did.
And he handed it off.
I thought he had the ball.
You know who ran that?
Number 30.
34, wasn't it?
Yep, 34.
That was Jared Hoopengarner, who had been playing some linebacker before.
Got,
Nice play, 6 yards out of the deal. Jason Scudder, 6 foot, 151-pound junior is the quarterback. And it's a fumble.
Well,
I think he turned around and got it.
Might be a fortunate thing. I think we had some movement before that play, so I think they're going to whistle it dead and take the penalty. Because that was their ball, yeah. It's against us, so we'll keep the ball.
Number 30 also in the ball game, Brad Dimmick.
You might mention 9th grade won their 3rd game in a row last night.
Oh, did they?
And
JV's won also.
Their 1st game.
Good.
So looks like we're going to have a sweep this week, which was badly needed.
Yeah! Brad Dimmick, the junior, goes for 22 yards for a touchdown. At 10:58 in the 4th quarter.
Nice to see.
Yes. How long was that?
22 yards.
Yes, it was. Oh, we got kicking. Cuba's going to kick.
Yep.
Got the same people in there.
Yeah, I think your special teams better stay the same.
And it's good. Which makes the score now 42-7, Portage Central.
A lot of fun back at the old football field tonight.
Yep.
Somebody said before the game in the concession stand, they've been coming to games for trying to figure out how many years, 12 or 14 years, and they said it's not possible for us to lose 3 in a row.
It's been a long time.
But,
A long time.
This team is, they've gotten better this week. They'll get better next week. Next week, it'll be a big challenge going down to St. Joe.
Yep.
I wish maybe we'd play them near the end of the season, but that's not to be, and we just got to get ready. And
Same thing for St. Joe. They've had their struggles early in the year, too.
So,
Now, they're 1-1, if I'm correct.
right. They lost their opener to Lakeshore. They beat Dewaljack, and they play Niles tonight. Is that correct?
That's what I understand.
Niles is
Down.
still searching. They didn't win one last year, I don't think.
No, they didn't.
So I'm sure there'll be a big step for either team for the conference championship next week. We've had some dandies down there and some dandies up here.
Okay, Anderson are getting ready to kick again. Now, when is it they start running the clock? What's the lead?
I think you got to be
40 points? Oh, nice kick by Nick. Picked up on the 13-yard line. And run back to the 25 by Melvin Reed.
12 yards. It's 35 points, is it, Bill, or 40?
I'm not sure.
Is the clock running?
Yes, it is.
Is it? Okay, it's 35 points then.
Yep.
The clock will run continuously unless there's a timeout or injury.
Once there's a 35-point lead, right?
I see in basketball we're going to experiment with 40-point lead.
Good.
40-point lead.
I've seen some girls' scores in the paper. I saw one the other night that was 56-4.
Yeah, and that clock will run until they get it down to 30 points.
I see.
Spread.
Okay, it's 1st and 10. Up, breaking loose.
Clark.
Clark, that's the old quarterback. We got an angle, though. Melsby takes him out of bounds. And about the 45-yard line. So that's a nice gain there by Clark. How much you got? 19-yard run. Other than that 80-yard run by Meeks, that's the longest run they've had, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. that's what, looking at Benton Harbor, I would stay with that ground game into theirs.
Back to throw as a sophomore.
He's
Going
open.
along. So is Melsby.
Yeah, he underthrew him a little bit, but he got hammered back there on that
I'll
throw.
tell you what. Anytime you throw it in that direction, Rob's open. Goodness gracious. If he'd have thrown a little longer, it would have been. But I mean, underthrowing it by just that little bit gave Rob a chance to get back there and get to it.
Rob has intercepted 2 tonight. Ian Lennon picked off 1.
He's just very, very quick to the ball. And that ball's in the air.
Yeah.
And the last one I can remember being that quick to the ball was, oh, gee whiz. I can't think of his name now. Maybe I will.
You're getting older, you know.
Who I thought would have been a great running back, but Bob played him at defensive back, and he was terrific. Okay, we've got
Meeks has got a good run.
Meeks up,
13
down,
yards.
over the 45-yard line into Mustang territory. And we've had some real good defensive backs. I mean, that, really came up and hit you. But Melsby closes to the ball so quickly when it's in the air.
Oh.
We got a penalty against us?
Yes, it's a personal foul. And you don't ever like to see that. That had to be at the end of the play, because that's where they're marking it off.
And they're putting it down 27-yard line. Well, they stopped the clock for a penalty, too, I guess.
Yeah, I should have said that.
All right, 8:10 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 42-7 Mustangs. Fumble. And we're motioning that the Mustangs took over, and they did. Let's stop that drive.
All right, taking over with 27.
Mm-hmm. And I would guess Bob will try to run the clock out here.
Yeah, you're going to see
Well, we've got
handoffs. If Scudder throws the ball, I'd be extremely surprised.
He's still got most of the offensive line in there that he's had in there the entire ball game. Scudder hands off. Gain of 3, maybe 4 yards.
Demick.
By Demick again. That same play he scored on down at the other end of the field. Letting the clock run and run and run. Down to 6.5 minutes now. Demick with a first down. Nice run there, up over the 40-yard line. Here we got a couple people coming in. Matt Ludy, number 64, comes in to play some line. And number 23, Trevor Ackerson, is in. And number 20 comes in, Patrick O'Reilly. For number 30, Brad Demick. Brad's had 3 nice runs tonight.
Yes.
Scudder hands off to the first man through. And Trevor Ackerson takes it up over the midfield stripe and down into Tiger territory down the 43-yard line. Is that a flag down on the field there?
Yep. Face mask against Benton Harbor.
That's going to be 15. And some of the linemen coming out now. Brooks Monroe, you know that name.
Yeah.
Played the entire game at offensive tackle. I don't see who went in for him. 50-something. Well, we've got a lot of second-teamers in there on the line now. And the handoff. I didn't catch that. Who got that handoff? Did you?
Number 20.
That's Patrick O'Reilly. Gain of 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. Kyle Sparks, number 24, out here as a wide receiver.
A little anxious over there. Yeah, in the first 2 ball games, Bill, because they were tight and close for most of the way, and we weren't ahead. This is the first opportunity for some of these young guys to get in there and play. And again, it's different than practice, and they're all
sure is
hyped up and ready to go.
Well, it's always nice when you go in the locker room to take off a dirty shirt and a dirty pair of pants, because you know you've been into something, you know?
Yeah.
That's Andy Hodem that ran the ball there, junior. They're going to be 3rd down and 11 now. Think we'll see it in the air or not, Coach?
No.
Well, they keep running the clock anyway.
Right.
We're going to see in the air. Again, I am.
We fumbled it.
Yeah, I told you we should have passed it. All right, so the Tigers take over. With 3:25 and counting. Mustangs are holding a 42-7 lead. That's why the clock is continually running.
That's our 4th giveaway on fumbles.
Wow, that sounds.
We have 42 points.
That sounds like the first game where we had 4 fumbles but 3 giveaways.
And we needed those at the time.
Yeah,
we had a big one that we fumbled on the way into the end zone. And but you can only talk about those things now, and it still hurts.
Okay, but now we've got one in hand if we just finish out this last 2.5 minutes. Whoa. Another couple of yards downfield, and Rob might have had another touchdown. All right, 2nd down after that incompletion. Out comes number 77, Scott Taylor, who had a whale of a ball game today. And Rob Melsby, number 22. You got 20 out there guarding Patrick O'Reilly, now playing some defense. On this side, Scudder's playing defense, and he's been spotting on defense during the during the evening. That was intended for number 80, Justin Nichols, and wasn't too close.
That's what again, looking at their passing, Bill, they've completed 2 out of 19 passes, and it's definitely not their strong suit.
No.
And that's what I'm saying. That even earlier in the game when Clark was throwing them around,
all along,
I would be running the ball more.
We got some horses back there.
And Clark can run. I mean, they're not. He could keep the ball a few times.
Well, they're going to give some teams in the league some fits.
Yes. Just their size to begin with, and then you let them get ahead too far.
Quick pitch. Long pass.
Oh, that's interference, yeah. We had our hand on him for a while, and then when he stopped, we knocked him right over.
That's going to be interference on Mr. O'Reilly, and it's going to bring the ball downfield. I'll tell you what, Scudder covered a lot of ground there when that ball was in the air.
He came from the left side here, all the way across. Well, this is high school. They'll come back and mark it from the line of scrimmage. That's the good news.
Mm-hmm.
Bad news, it's going to be a first down.
And there's only a minute 4 remaining in the ball game because of the continual clock.
That means about 1 or 2 plays is up.
Be first down, Benton Harbor.
Well, no, that's right. Doesn't matter, incomplete or not. They'll only get 1 or 2 plays off.
That's right.
Clock's going now.
Number 21. I can't remember him running the ball tonight. That is Corey Broyles. He's a sophomore. Give him a chance to run to the ball, and the clock is running. We'll see if they get another one off. We're at 30 seconds right now.
They don't look to be in a real big rush to get one off.
I think they'll get one more off here.
Think he'll throw it up?
Yep. 2:31.
Sure. See if Marcus can. 44.
And that's the ball game. First victory of the year for the Mustangs. Comes at a good time. First conference game of the year for the Mustangs. Let's have a recap here of how they scored. Each team had the ball twice before anything happened. Neither team could make a first down to start the ball game. One touchdown scored in the first half, or in the first quarter, and that was by Benton Harbor. With 1:17 left in the quarter, Warren Meats took the ball and ran 80 yards for a touchdown. The extra point was good, and Benton Harbor led by a score of 7-0. Portage Central scored 3 times in the second quarter. There was a 75-yard run by Nick Anderson. Cubitt made the extra point to make it 7-7. Then with 4:03 left in the first half, there was a 39-yard pass from Cubitt to Melsby. Extra point by Cubitt, 14-7 Mustangs. With just a minute remaining, there was a 1-foot run by Nick Anderson. Extra point by Cubitt, 21-7. Mustangs go in the locker room at halftime. In the second half, it was all Mustangs. They scored twice in the third quarter and once in the fourth quarter. In the third quarter, with 4 minutes and 45 seconds left, a 30-yard pass from Cubitt to Melsby. The extra point was good by Cubitt, and that put the Mustangs up by 3 touchdowns, 28-7. With 1:32 remaining, there was a pass from Cubitt to T.J. Nelson of 24 yards. Cubitt, extra point. He was good on all his extra points tonight. And the score was 35-7 at the end of the third quarter. One score for the Mustangs in the fourth quarter, and that was just as it got started. After a minute in the fourth quarter, Brad Dimmick ran for 22 yards for the touchdown. Cubitt made the extra point. The score went to 42-7, and then the clock continued to run because Michigan high school rules say that with a 35-point lead, the clock will run except for penalties, injuries, and timeouts. So that's a good way to start the league. Tom, you got some stats there for us, or aren't you finished yet?
Benton Harbor ended up with 148 yards on the ground, with only 14 yards in the air. They only had 29 yards on the ground in the second half. Portage Central, 75 yards apiece in each half on the ground. But the big stat, 9 for 12 in the passing, we did not, this is the lowest we passed the ball.
It is?
12 times. We've been in the 30s the first 2 games.
However, we've gained more yards on the ground.
Right. But 207 yards on those 9 passes that were caught. And very important, 3 touchdowns out of those 9 passes. So we may have not passed as much, but we did a lot more with it. And it was kind of a funny game. We did rush, 17 and 15, 32 times. So we didn't gobble up a lot of yardage, but a little bit more balance. And we're getting ready to go down to St. Joe next week, see what happens.
And we've got St. Joe on the road, then we have Niles on the road, and we'll be back here in 3 weeks to bring you the Portage Northern game. We are home here at McCamley for that. So for Tom Monroe, I'm Bill Hill. And the final score here, Benton Harbor Tigers 7, our Portage Central Mustangs 42.